tonight.
Because we know it's been tough times and people have done a great job of supporting us through those times.
The SPCA celebrates a record-setting year. And
24 hours a day, there are people looking out for our defense, and constantly vigilant.
a look at the new Royal Canadian Air Force CF-18 jet celebrating a milestone in North American defense. Plus, RCMP urged drivers to slow down after issuing hundreds of thousands of speeding tickets last year.
This is Newcap News with Brian Lentz.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. RCMP say one child from a community west of Calgary is dead and several others have been taken to hospital, but they don't yet know why. Emergency crews were called to a home on the Stoney Nakoda First Nation just after noon today. EMS say one child was dead on scene and 14 people were taken to hospital for assessment and treatment. Ages of the victims range from just a few months old to one adult in his late teens. Police say the investigation is in its early stages and they do not yet know what happened. Well, 2017 was a great year for the Lloydminster and District SPCA with record adoption numbers and the Barn Buddy program among the highlights. Josh Ryan has more on the organization looking ahead to the rest of 2018.
The SPCA continues to enjoy growth in Lloydminster, as 2017 saw their third most successful dinner theater in 17 years and a new record of 630 adoptions.
A few years ago, the idea of doing 600 adoptions seemed like something that was a long ways away, but now we've been able to achieve that for 2 years in a row, and so that's really great to see.
Several new programs were introduced with a particular focus on cats and pet licensing.
We continue to look at new ways to increase licensing and also to increase more cats getting microchips. And hopefully in 2018 we can continue to do that, and hopefully over time we will see a similar result as we've seen with our dog numbers.
One of 3 grants from PetSmart Charities is to increase the number of animals that will receive microchips, hopefully reuniting more pets with their owners in the future.
The more animals that come into us with a microchip, with a pet license, that's a chance for us to get them home, and that's our number one priority.
Punchon is optimistic about the rest of the year as the economy starts to bounce back and is grateful for the support shown over the past 2 years.
We know it's been tough times and people have done a great job of supporting us through those times, and hopefully we can build on that momentum as things start to pick up as well.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
They are working constantly behind the scenes, ensuring our borders remain protected. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, has been on watch for 60 years. Now, the Royal Canadian Air Force has unveiled its 2018 CF-18 demonstration jet to honor that long history of defense we've shared with our American neighbors. Since 1958, NORAD has watched our borders. And now, to celebrate all those years of mutual defense, the RCAF has revealed this year's demo jet.
It's something that we take very, very seriously. It's a no-fail mission for us, and being a Canadian fighter pilot, it's our main priority, our main job.
Captain Stefan Porteous was inspired to join the Air Force at a young age and trained to be a fighter pilot right here in Cold Lake. He will be flying this jet to 25 different air shows across the continent.
It's a huge honor to be able to represent that and celebrate that, not only the past history of the 60 years that we've experienced, but also the present day and looking into the future to be able to maintain that with our allies to the south.
And there's more history behind the design of this aircraft. Cold Lake native Jim Beliveau is being recognized for his 25 years of service as the lead designer on RCAF's demo jets.
The best 25 years of my life.
Beliveau is now retired and took a back seat this year to guide the next generation.
Some of the pitfalls you run into, the design and graphical and structural challenges of this monster behind us. It's very unique and wonderful airplane to paint, but it has its own challenges.
New lead designer Captain Jeff Chester says Belivau's experience was invaluable.
There's going to be the grip tape here, you know, so you can't paint on that. And, you know, this might look good on a piece of paper, but it's not going to look good on the jet because it's, especially when it's moving. So he would give me all these little things that you know, you couldn't know until you actually do it.
The theme holds special significance for Captain Chester, who has personally been on guard as part of NORAD.
I think it's something that not a lot of North Americans really realize is going on behind the scenes, that 24 hours a day there are people looking out for our defense, and yeah, we're constantly vigilant.
And now, thanks to this team's efforts, perhaps the next generation of pilots and artists will be inspired. The RCMP has released new numbers outlining speeding and are urging people to take a breath and slow down. The numbers showed that in 2017, more than 200,000 speeding tickets were issued by Alberta RCMP.
Whenever you have an opportunity to get somewhere a little bit quicker, it seems as though people will do that, try and save a little bit of time. But realistically, the time that you'll save is not worth the extra danger and the probability of getting involved in a serious collision.
Speeding is something that local RCMP take very seriously, especially with Lloydminster on a major highway.
Inside of Lloydminster, speeding is something that we focus on. Our traffic services, along with the peace officers that we have through the city, focus on that and make sure that they try and target those areas that are especially vulnerable to speeding, whether that be the main traffic areas such as the highways or some of the lower areas in the residential areas.
According to Transportation Alberta, in 2015, 1 in 4 fatal collisions on Alberta roads involved one or more drivers who are traveling at speeds too fast for the conditions.
You need as much time as possible to hit the brakes, apply the appropriate steering corrections to avoid obstacles. So when you go that extra little bit faster, you might not think that it's a big deal, but realistically, it can mean the difference between life and death.
Well, French immersion students at École St. Thomas recently put their public speaking skills to the test. As Michaela Henschel reports in this week's Beyond the Classroom, a province-wide initiative is not only helping students express themselves in a second language, it's helping build confidence.
J'aime aussi celui où il y a des souris.
These grade 3 students have been prepping for weeks, getting ready to stand in front of their peers and families to deliver a poem en français.
So it gives our French students a chance to practice their oral speaking capabilities.
Concours is an annual speaking event for students in Saskatchewan who are studying French as a second language. Students are tasked with preparing, memorizing, and delivering speeches that contribute to the development of their oral communication skills.
It does progress as they get older, and it gives children a chance to use that part of themselves, which is public speaking, which is not an easy thing to do. And it also gives them a chance to practice the French that they've been learning in class. When children feel confident, they will believe in themselves more and they'll be willing to try new things. They won't have that guard up.
And although the nerves were high when all was said and done, these students were overcome with a sense of accomplishment.
I kind of felt a little nervous, but I just took a deep breath and did it. When I was done, I was happy because everyone was like clapping and everything.
Michaela Henschel, Newcap News.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampa.
Welcome back, everyone. Temperatures continue to be off of the seasonal averages, anywhere from 12 to about 14 degrees, and we're stuck in that for the next little while at least. But at least we're not seeing the weather warnings and statements and such that accompany these times there, like what's been happening out in Toronto and out east there. It's been a crazy windy ride, I tell you. Let's put this map into motion and look at the next 24 hours there. And the dominance of the cold Arctic air continues, a mix of sun and cloud with some clearer areas available. Certainly, it's been looking pretty and all of that and such, and there's some hints of precipitation that would like to creep on out, but you see the clearer areas remain dominant there. The colder air is sticking around, at least for the next 24 hours. This is stopping at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening there. Check out the temperatures. You could imagine with that, double minuses at best come tomorrow, and if it's pretty windy on that, which it seems to be a little breezy, it'll be closer to anywhere from -18 to -22, the real feel with the wind chill. -9 at best out to Lac La Biche, and for towns after our northeast there, a string of -11s from Isle La Crosse down to Meadow Lake, -12 at St. Walburg, Maidstone, and North Battleford. So a chilly one tomorrow, certainly well off the seasonal averages. On the back end of this, showers in Vancouver for their +7, -2 in Whitehorse, -4 in Edmonton, -10 in Yellowknife, -4 in Regina, and all with a mix of sun and cloud. More clearer skies available in Winnipeg for their -3. Let's head to Toronto, where it's been breezy. 90 wind gusts there, -2 at the moment, and an overcast evening on the way. -4 in Quebec. They're dealing with some snow showers. +11 in Halifax, the warmest of the lot here, but they've got some rain to contend with there. They had fog in the last hour, and -2 in St. John's. Cloudy skies there with some snow showers around too, and overcast in Iqaluit for -8. So back to the prairies then. Some cloud cover pushing into the Battlefords area there. Unity, Maidstone, St. Walburg regions for their -6 at the moment. -17 in the early hours of the morning, and looking for -12 as we go ahead. Running about a 30 to 40% chance to pick up some snow showers along the way. Maybe light flurry activity, to be quite honest. Today it was around, but it stayed south of maybe Kindersley areas there. We didn't really see, there was some odd flakes around, light crystals at various points, but I usually don't count those, to be quite honest. But if you argue the point, yes, they were around in the middle of the afternoon. -4 in Cold Lake, -15 towards the early hours of the morning. Looking for -10 as your daytime high in parts of the Lakeland region. That'll be probably early to mid-afternoon thereabouts. We're at -7 in Lloydminster and the Midwest. We're looking for -17 in the early hours of the morning, and the wind gusts anywhere from 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. Expect the wind chill to be in the mid-20s by the early hours of the morning, going into the morning commute, and -11 at best. And the wind headings are staying largely out of the north and northwest, and during the course of the day, we'll see similar to what we've been seeing this afternoon, anywhere from 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. So the next 7 days then, and we're watching the weekend, because from Edmonton to our area, it looks like about a 20% chance Saturday afternoon, and turning to maybe a 60% chance by Sunday morning. We'll pick up 1 to 2 centimeters of light snowfall, snow showers in there, and the temperatures remaining on the chill side until the start of next week. -3 on Monday, 0 Tuesday, maybe 1 next Wednesday, and a 40% chance for some more snow showers. Brian, it's back to you for Agriculture News.
Saskatchewan is closing 7 Ministry of Agriculture satellite offices, including in Meadow Lake and Lloydminster. Officials are saying no jobs will be lost.
It's a cost savings of approximately $12,000 per year. It's really, what we're more focused in now is our key priorities of tech transfer. So extending those research outcomes to producers through extension, really focusing our efforts on program delivery and ensuring clients have the tools they need to adopt the management practices and truly drive that growth that we're trying to see through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership.
Kevin France says Lloydminster has had 0 appointments in the last 2 years, and the 7 offices have just 17 appointments being made in that same time. The Saskatchewan government has not had an ag office in the border city since about 2004. Producers with ag questions can contact the regional offices in North Battleford or Kindersley, as well as the Ag Knowledge Centre in Moose Jaw.
Yeah, I would encourage producers to call our Agricultural Knowledge Centre. It's 1-866-457-2377, and that centre itself has specialist staff to help producers with whether it's forage, crop, or livestock-related questions, and we'd be happy to help clients there.
Regional offices will remain at Prince Albert, Tisdale, Watrous, Outlook, North Battleford, Kindersley, Swift Current, Weyburn, Moose Jaw, and Yorkton.